And then in your flour, you put a pinch of salt, which is like literally a little bit like that. And then you put half a teaspoon of sugar. And then you take a packet of yeast, and most of you probably have similar yeast. You might have yeast in a little jar where it says needs to be activated in water. Then you would put it in water separately, but most yeast literally just goes in that pot, like so. And then you get a palette knife, and then you mix all this together. You get your butter, 15 grams. Put that on 0 so I know what's 15. And then you rub that butter into the flour, which means you just press it in between your fingertips, crumble it up so it goes into little bits. You give your bowl a little shake, and any big bits will kind of float to the top. You turn this into a dough by adding water. And lukewarm is a bit like, not hot, lukewarm is a bit like a cup of tea that's been standing somewhere for 20 minutes, or like a bath when you've been sat in there for 20 minutes, and it's not cold, but it's not warm anymore. And then you probably want to put in about 2/3 of your water, and then you mix it first. Then you mix it together, and it's sort of going to come together in little bits, and you're going to think, oh, I need loads more water, but you really don't need loads more water, because if you now start mixing this together, all these bits that look really dry, there's actually like secret moisture hidden inside. Look, and when you need it, it suddenly gets really sticky. So bread dough should be soft and stick to your hands a little bit, but it shouldn't completely come apart, stick to your hands. Oh, I think that's a little bit crumbly, so I'm gonna add like another couple of splashes. Mix that together, and then see if I can get it into one dough. And the two mistakes people make here is, firstly, they chuck in too much water and then they end up porridge, or they just kind of tap it really gently, and you got to really squeeze it, mix the wet bits and the dry bits together. And then once all your stuff has come out the bowl, bowl's empty, you've got a bowl like that, you then knead it on your surface. I'm doing this on the hob, but you would do it on your surface by either pulling it backwards and forwards with your palms or your knuckles. And you knead your dough for about 5 minutes. Okay, and then this is really simple. You roll your dough into a sort of longish sausage shape, and then you cut it in half. Then you have 2 equal sized pieces, don't you? And then you cut each piece in half again, and then you have 4. Then what you can do with this is you either just pull the sides over the whole roll and then kind of tuck them in underneath, and that gives you a round bread roll. You line a tray with baking paper. You can put your round roll there. You could make a longish piece, roll it into a little bit of a sausage, and then you roll it up like that, like a snail, or you roll one side this way, you roll one side the other way, then you've got like an S-shaped roll. You could also take a long piece, cut it into 3, and then you could try and plait it. When they are done, so they'll be a bit golden brown on top. They will be a little bit golden brown if you turn them over underneath. Whilst they are still hot, you just take some of this spread and you just brush that on there.